All right, let's dive into one of the most incredible stories ever told. It's about this encounter, a conversation at a well that honestly changes everything for one person. It starts out so simple, but where it ends up? Wow. Let's get right into it. This right here, this pretty much says it all. She came in shame, she left with purpose. I mean, that's the whole journey in just a few words, right? From being an outcast to being a messenger. And it all kicks off with, believe it or not, a simple ask for a drink.
Okay, to really get this, you got to put yourself there. Picture it. We're in Samaria, at a well. Now, normally, a well is like the town square, right? It's buzzing with people, gossip, life. But the woman we're talking about, she is totally, 100% on purpose, alone.
And the timing tells you everything you need to know. See, the cool morning hours, that's when all the other women would go. It was a social thing. But her, she shows up at high noon. We're talking the absolute hottest, most brutal part of the day. Why? Just one reason. So she wouldn't have to see anyone. She's dodging the looks, the whispers, all of it. And right into that lonely little world she's built, a stranger walks up.
Now, this isn't just any stranger. This is a huge deal. He's a Jew, and she's a Samaritan. And back then, I mean, you can't overstate this. The animosity between them was deep. We're talking historical, religious, social divides. They basically considered each other enemies. You just didn't talk to each other, period.
So when this Jewish man, Jesus, looks at her, this Samaritan woman, all by herself and says, "Give me a drink," whoa, that is not just about being thirsty. He is shattering like a dozen social rules in one sentence. He's crossing a line that nobody would cross.
And that one shocking request, it just blows the door wide open for a conversation that's about to go from something super physical, water, to something, well, something much, much deeper. And then, bam! He just flips the whole thing on its head. He says if you knew who I was, you'd be asking me for a drink. He tells her he has living water. And you can just imagine her thinking, okay, buddy, you don't even have a rope or a bucket. What water are you gonna give me? So he breaks it down for her. Look, the water from this well, it works for a little while, but you're gonna be thirsty again tomorrow. You always have to come back for more. But the water he's talking about, he says if you drink that, you will never, ever be thirsty again. It satisfies something much deeper, and it's permanent. Right, so obviously we're not talking about literal H2O anymore. Living water is a metaphor. It's about that deep, spiritual thirst we all have, isn't it? That feeling of always looking for something more. He's saying he has the thing that finally, permanently quenches that thirst.
And she's hooked. I mean, who wouldn't be? She's like, okay, sign me up. Give me this water. But this is where the conversation takes a hard turn. To get this living water, things have to get real, like really personal. This is the moment everything changes.
His request seemed so simple on the surface. He just says, go, call your husband. But for her, oh man, that is the one thing, the one topic she came out here in the blistering heat to avoid talking about. He just hit the bullseye on the source of all her shame. So she puts up a wall. Immediately, I have no husband. And look, it's technically true, but it's not the real truth, is it? It's a deflection. It's her trying to hide, to protect this really painful part of her life that she's kept locked away.
Yeah, but the thing is, the man she's talking to, he already knows. He knows the whole story. He knows about every single one.
And then he says it. You're right. You've had 5 husbands, and the man you are with now isn't your husband. And just like that, everything is out in the open. The secret she built her entire life around hiding is just there. All that shame she's been carrying, it's completely exposed. And this is the absolute craziest part of the whole story. It doesn't land like a judgment. He's not shaming her. It's a moment of being seen. I mean, truly, deeply seen. For the first time maybe ever, someone knows all her baggage, all the broken parts, the whole messy story, and he doesn't run away. He actually leans in closer. And that single moment, being completely known and not rejected, it just rewires her entire being. Instantly. Her whole identity, this outcast who has to hide, it just dissolves, and something totally new takes its place. I mean, look how fast this unfolds. First, it clicks for her. This isn't just some guy, this is the Messiah. And what does she do? She literally drops her water jar, that symbol of her old life, her shame, the whole reason she was there,
And she just runs. Where? Straight back to the town, to the exact same people she was trying so hard to avoid just minutes before.
And listen to what she says. Her message isn't, hey, come see this guy who called me out and shamed me. Nope, it's, you have to come see a man who told me everything I ever did. The very thing that was her deepest shame is now her headline. It's the reason people should come and listen. How incredible is that?
So, let's step back. What's the big takeaway here? Why are we still talking about this one conversation at thousands of years later? What's the point?
I think the core message is pretty simple, but it's huge. No one is too broken. No one is beyond a new beginning. This story shows us that one single encounter, one moment of true grace can literally change who you are. And maybe the thing you're most ashamed of, the secret you're hiding, maybe that's not the end of your story. Maybe it's actually the beginning of your purpose.
When you boil it all down, it comes back to this one powerful idea. To be fully known, I mean all of it, the good, the bad, the ugly, and to be loved anyway, to be accepted instead of condemned, that's the living water. That's what we're all thirsty for.
And that really just leaves us with one last thought to chew on. For her, being truly seen led to freedom, purpose, a whole new life. So the question for us is, what happens when we are truly seen?